Good morning, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Saturday, September 10th, 2016 at 9:05 in the morning Eastern Time. And it's been a fairly full day, and then there's a little bit of an adventure story to tell from yesterday, which I might do in a follow-up video. But first, I want to show you these little TSA compliant tubes here. You've got your, this is a refillable toothpaste tube with an adapter. You can screw the toothpaste on one end and the traveling tube on one end, and then you can fill it. You can squeeze it back and forth, and that way you don't end up with more than the TSA allowed amount. And here we have little refillable bottles. Lid unscrews. You can fill up your mouthwash or shampoo or hand sanitizer, whatever you want. It's got a flip lid, flip top. And that also, these guys are also TSA compliant as far as the amounts of things you can take, or at least having one container. Those are from, Moyo Natural Lab travel bottles. Moyo, M-O-Y-O, Natural Labs travel bottles. I got those off Amazon, and the tube is called Toothpaste to Go. And it's made by that's a good question, who's made it. Oh, there's a website for it, available at toothpastetogo.com. But I bought this one off Amazon as well. So we'll be refilling those a little bit later here this morning. Now, first, before I show you some other stuff, a drink. This is in all likelihood next to last, or maybe next to last video I'll put up before I leave here on Tuesday. Man, it's sure a lot different than it was 21 years ago. Let's see now. One always has to travel with one's drugs to keep one alive. And so this morning, I've got these old film, translucent film canisters, from the days of Kodachrome. God bless Kodachrome. And I filled this bag. Each bag has a full supply of drugs for the 20 days I'll be over there, plus a couple of days spare should I have to hang out in the airport to get home. And then I have a copy of my Ohio medical license. Here are the ones, some of them are in full-size containers, because I guess they kind of like the original containers if you can. And then I've got, but I've got, these are basically duplicates, plus some others that if they were to get lost, I'm not going to have a big problem with. I can always buy aspirin, I can always buy fiber stuff. I can always buy Benadryl, The ranitidine, I don't take it that often, but half the time I can't tell if it helps me or not. And also then with copy of my high medical license. No controlled substances, no class 2, 3, or 4 drugs. Not that that would be an issue, but who knows what the drug sniffing dog's going to smell. The carry-on luggage bag I've had, I occasionally carry firearms in that. Lord knows if there's any residue in there that the drug sniffing dog or explosive sniffing dog will pick up on. But I haven't that's been at least 21 years. I haven't traveled anywhere since 2001. So. All right, I'll tell you a story here now, maybe in another video, but maybe not. Well, a little project of these TSA things are filled up here finally. That's the shampoo. There's some hand sanitizer, which I use as aftershave, for any nicks and cuts. And then I've got 2 bottles of Listerine equivalent mouthwash. Now, those things filled up fine and there was no problem. Now, the toothpaste to go was a touch disappointing. As you can see, it's really not completely full. I mean, it's hard to see in this view, but there's a fair amount of air and unfilled space. It's at the most, it's about 1/3 full. Now that's going to be plenty for my trip because I only use like a little fingertip dab, at the most when I brush my teeth. But you attach the toothpaste tube to the adapter first, and then you're supposed to express and hold all the air out of this tube while you attach it to the adapter. Now, inevitably, there's a little bit of air, or what looked like actually, when all's said and done, a lot of air that seeps back in while you're screwing that thing down fully seated on the adapter. Obviously, you have to get the air out, or the toothpaste isn't going to go in. Stuff of that viscosity and density isn't going to. It's not going to. If the air can't come out around it down the same channel. So I don't know how else they could do it. I mean, I don't think they could. I doubt there's any sort of valve mechanism they could put in there to hold the air out while you screw the thing in, without making the thing far more expensive than it is. I mean, these are all relatively inexpensive. The only reason it cost me so much was I paid for same-day shipping, next-day shipping. I ordered these yesterday because I wanted to be sure I had them by the time I left. And but the product itself was very reasonable. But the 4 items you saw, the bottles, and this thing with its adapter, with the shipping, with the next day shipping, was around $50. But you got to have it. I mean, I thought surely that Walmart would have TSA sized little TSA sized things, and maybe they did somewhere in that gigantic maw of a place. But actually, I looked on their website; they don't have them, or at least according to their website. All right, so that's that. Okay, so drugs and grooming products, huh? Bye-bye, YouTubers.